This conference will now be recorded.
So I'm going to set the user name and password for root. For keeping it simple, I'm just giving the shortest password. So you can see that here this time it's installing 1407 packages. It's about to install. And lastly, when we have done the basic minimal server setup, it was installing 300 something packages. So the thing is like we have added GUI, and because of GUI, there are several other packages has been added, which is internally installing 1400 around complete packages. Anybody has any doubt here? Let this be finished on its own. We'll proceed further. Yes, somebody has doubt yesterday while finishing up the class. Somebody has asked something. I'm not sure who's that. Either Ansh, Ritesh, I don't know. I don't remember.
Yes, I asked that.
So you got the solution, you're able to resolve, or how it is?
Yes, yes, I was able to also.
Okay, so now no issues, correct?
Yes,
Okay, great. So yesterday we have seen, not yesterday, some days back, connecting with the OpenSSH server. We'll do that again, not a problem. So here I'm starting 3 virtual machines parallelly. This is already installation is going on for this, and I have run these two, July and July 2. So this July 2 seems to be with GUI, and July seems to be like a normal minimal server. So I'm going to log in using root, and then It's already installed here. So suppose somebody is facing a problem with SSH server, like you're not able to, the question is you're not able to log in from one machine to another machine. You can see that this is one machine and this is another machine. Left side, the black screen, it seems to be like the server machine I'm saying, and the right side is also a server machine, but right now I can treat that as a desktop machine. So let's say if somebody is trying to log in from desktop to the server using port 22 through SSH, what are problem that person can see? Hmm. What is the IP? I need to know 192. Okay. So here we can see that network is unreachable. So I'll go and check whether my system is connected to that network or not. So for that, I will run IP space A. It gives us the IP address of the system. And my interface is ENP0S3, this one, which doesn't have any IP. You can see that. The state for this, it is up. So this LAN connection is up, but it's not given an IP address. So for that, we'll run a command dhclient-v enp0s3. dhclient-v is a command for seeking an IP or seeking a new IP from a DHCP server against that particular interface. So here the interface is ENP0S3. When I say interface, it means like it can be anything. It can be LAN, it can be Wi-Fi, anything can be there. So let's say LAN is there. ENP0S3. If I'm hitting enter, it says it's already running. But even though we don't have, okay, sorry, it's permission denied. So I'll type sudo and then give the password for sudo, and there we go. We have a new IP space A, we can see, and now this time we can see that this is our IP, and this, where is the IP? Yeah, inet is the IP. You can see that here, 192.168.204.187. So now let's give a try again for SSH. It's asking to save the key, so we need to press yes, and now it's asking for password. Since I have not mentioned any username, in which username I'm going to log in into this server, it's automatically logging me in from this user itself. So it will, I have logged in here in this GUI server as a test user. So the same user, it will check there as well, since I have not mentioned any user here. Let me mention the user here. I'm logged in here. How I can confirm that? I can run the IP command. You can see the IP address of this machine is 204.152. Here also it should show the same thing, 204.152. So I've logged in here. Yeah, so how to debug? Let's say I am uninstalling this package itself. Yum remove. It's asking I have uninstalled the OpenSSH server. Now the OpenSSH is not running on the server, and here I'm trying to connect. It's showing me connection refused. What we are trying to achieve here, or what we are trying to learn here, like if we hit any issue with connecting port 22 or SSH, how to resolve that, how to debug that, what issue could be there. Because that's the first step you are going to do before doing anything. You are required to connect your system with the server. So it says connection refused. So I will check either port 22 is open on the server or not. So for that, there are two commands I can say right now. Telnet and that IP address 204.152 space port. This is the command which you can use, or telnet command itself not found. I know there is no module for telnet. Let's see. It should be with net tool if I'm not wrong. So yum is a package manager. Through that we do install, remove, or update any of the packages here. Yum install is for installing the package. Yum remove, that particular package name is for removing the package. And yum space search, and you can mention any package name here for searching. Okay, telnet is there, great. So telnet space IP address space the particular port. It says connection refused here again. This is one method to check that particular port is open or not. Another method is nmap. This is the command to check the open ports. So I am sure this also should be okay. Great, it's there with nmap name itself, no problem. Yeah, so we have installed nmap space -a space IP address 192.168.240. What was the IP address? 204.152. I wanted to scan all the open ports. So for that, there used to be a command. Let's see, without argument itself, whether it's mm, 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 mm. range. I don't want. What is I? Host seems to be down. And map space -p, and let's see if it gives some reply. But it should not be blocking the ping. 204.152, 192.168, 204.152. That's correct. So what is stopping here?
So you can directly write localhost.
Localhost, I can write here itself. Localhost, if I want to write, I need to write it down here in the server. But I don't have access to server. Correct. In this scenario.
Okay.
That's not good. Ping we're already having. Okay. Let me see here. We'll debug this why it's blocking the port. But let me finish the example of nmap. Okay. It finishes the output here. You can see that. I think there is some settings in the virtual machine which is blocking the ping for nmap, but actually ping is working. So what I wanted to show you here is this is the output of the nmap. Yep, sorry about the disturbance. Am I audible? Hello, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yep, thank you.
Yes,
So nmap command shows me that double to a port is there, but it seems to be closed. So I need to check in the server, or I need to tell somebody to open the port 22. So there can be two consequences. Either the running application on port 22 has been uninstalled, or the port 22 has been blocked from the firewall. Okay, so I'll go to the server and I'll check. I'll try to install the OpenSSH-server. And if it's installing, it means it's not there. If it says that it's already installed, even though it's blocked, it means it's blocked through the firewall. If it's already installed and if I try to install it, will say that it's already installed in the latest version. Now let me scan again. It's still closed. System CTL, the start. Yeah, this can be another reason. Even though if it's installed, even though if it's what to say, installed, the service is might not be running. The status SSHD. Is it running? It is inactive. You can see that it's inactive dead. Where we can see that? We can see it here. Inactive dead. So let me restart. Start the service. Status, it's running now. So this fellow is listening on port 22. I'm in this server. So here I can check once again from the scan. You can see that now it says open. Got it? Now if I give telnet this one, it should show an output, or it should show like this. Previous time, if it says connected to this with port 22 escape character open SSH, so it means like open SSH or probably the port 22 is open there. That's what the meaning of this. And this is how last time when we have done this, it shows that connection refused. We can see that here somewhere up. When SSH was not running. Yeah, connection refused. You can see that. Okay. This can be the reason. One more reason is there. You are running the SSH, but you are listening on port 22 or not. I mean, the server is listening or not. Or maybe your OpenSSH is listening on another terminal or another port. So for that, we can check netstat -lntup, which gives us the output of all the up connection. Okay, netstat is not there. Net-tools. You can see that this is the address has to listen. Sorry, this is the address local. This is the foreign address from where it has to listen. On this port 22, on this server, it is supposed to listen. And which program is listening on this port 22 is SSHD. I hope this makes sense to everybody here. So these are all the three things which you are required to do for debug purpose. So whatever command I have mentioned, please note it down or please remember that command, because you're going to use these commands whenever you do the debug. Netstat -lntup and then probably nmap command also is very useful. I can show you one more thing. Currently with nmap, we are able to see only port SSH because that's the only open port. Let me install another application and whether we see any port is open or not. Let me install httpd. System CTL. Start HTTPD. Okay, it's running now. You can see that netstat what it's showing. One port has been added. You can see that in netstat. Port 80 has been added. And what is the process name? HTTPD. So through netstat, we should be able to see whether port 80 is open or not. Okay, I need to run it again. It's showing the previous state itself. Open 22 TCP. This one. So nmap or maybe telnet or netstat, it's all debug tool. You can use it for your debugging. That's not appreciable. We can see that it's showing 80, 22, 25. It's okay. Let's get it again. I'm expecting this should show port 80 as well. If this is not showing, we'll try through telnet to see whether port 80 is open or not. Ansh, you wanted to say something? Okay, it's not showing. No problem. We'll see through telnet. I'll put 80. No route to host. What happened? Just behave. Okay. Mm, Let me see if that reflects there. It's listening. Okay. Once again, we can give a try. But I don't know what is the IP it's assigned to. No IP. Yeah, no IP. It seems to be like getting rejected, maybe. Packet seems to be get dropped. Let's try to add the firewall rule here for port 80 and see whether we are able to see that port 80 is enabled or not. Again, I will type some of the commands regarding firewall, but I will explain that later. When I will explain the firewall command. What is the meaning of zone and what is the meaning of other things. We can see that now. We have the access to port 80 now. Let me try nmap as well. You can see that when I have done telnet, it shows trying and then connected. Now I'm running the nmap command as well. So even the service is running, and if your system says that not reachable, connection refused, you need to look for the services installed, sorry, the package is installed or not, services is running or active or not, and the firewall rule is open or not. and you are looking at the correct port or not, that also you are required to check. It's just simple for SSH debugging, which will work for all of it. I mean, if you're looking for any other port or any other application, it will work for that as well. How to debug that?
एक्सक्यूज मी सर
Yes, tell me.
सर आपने भी फाइवर में फिर किया क्या अभी लाइक रूल हटाया था ये वाला एक्सेप्शन रूल का
No, I have added this rule port 80 in the firewall in the public zone
अच्छा
and just
मतलब
reloaded it.
बेसिकली पोर्ट पहले से
So
एडेड नहीं था फायरवॉल के अंदर
basically firewall was active, but internally through localhost we have seen above that in localhost port 80 was up, but it was not listening from the outside world.
यस सर तो फायरवॉल तो एक तरीके से मतलब वही करेगा ना तो कोई रूल बनाएगा या फिर उसको ब्लॉक करेगा
Yeah, so by default whenever we have installed any application,
यस सर
it was rejected, or it is any port, any application, it is supposed to be blocked. Any port, whatever we are going to use. So
ओके सर
let's say if I want to install something else in near future, which is using 123 port. So after installation, I need to enable that port, or I need to add that port in firewall so that incoming connection please enable.
ओके सर मतलब बाय डिफॉल्ट फायरवॉल
Uh,
स्टार्टिंग में ब्लॉक कर देता
yes,
है
by
ओके
default it's going to block. Here also you can see that now it's started showing HTTP port 80. Previously it was only coming 22.
ओके सर
Now I have removed the port 80. Let's see what it gives the output. Remove the port 80, it means like I have once again blocked the port through firewall. Firewall is a security layer which enables communication from the outside. But if you're sitting inside, you may not be able to see the effect of firewall. Because here we have seen that when I'm running nmap space localhost, you will be able to see that port 80 is open. So for me, for localhost, port 80 is open when I'm sitting in that system. But when I'm trying to access from outside, it shows blocked, connection refused. It gives out. Yeah, you can see that now. As I have removed the port 80 from the firewall, I have denied the access. It's not showing 80. Only open ports are 22. But previously it was showing these two ports as well. Okay, so for that I need to add the port, reload the firewall so that I can access it. So these are all the few debugging steps you can follow, or you can remember to debug any of the issues regarding the port or network. Anybody has any doubt so far in this?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Kangesh, tell me.
Sir, instead of using firewall to open
Mhm,
to all of the world, we can use
mhm.
IP tables.
Firewall internally uses IP tables only.
Means if I want to access only particular IP to that server, so at that case,
Yeah, what I said is IP firewall internally uses IP tables only. Okay,
Okay.
I have run this command firewall-cmd. Okay, but let's see.
Mhm.
IP tables. Sorry, we can see that here. It's all rule is already been added. Destination port is 80. Track accept everything.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
ultimately, from the top, we have an application, simplified application, which is using firewall-cmd. But internally, this is also going to call IP tables only. So you can do two things. Either you can call IP tables also from the top, or internally, sorry, either you can call IP tables utility from the user space or firewall-cmd utility from the user space. But internally, both are going to call IP tables only. Okay. So the people who don't know much, don't worry about this. IP table and firewall. We'll have a separate class for this, like how to enable, how to add a port, how to add a port in public zone, or what all zones are available, and how to add a service. All those things into the firewall. There are several other application also comes, like a kind of GUI application which enables firewall rules. So, but that also internally uses IP tables. I hope I'm able to reply your question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So now, a small thing we can see here just before finishing up this class, the help. How we can seek help in Linux. For that, there are some things we can do is okay, 150 was okay. Yep. Manual. In Linux, we call it as a manual. Man space manual. For manual, the command is man. So for getting help of any device, what do? Like you check for the manual. You search for the manual wherever manual is available. You go look how to operate. It has been mentioned what all things are supported. How things has been performed there. Though all those things you should be able to find out in any of the manuals. So the same manual is here also, and here the command for that manual is man. Let's see if I am typing man httpd. We have given some command through httpd. Apache Hypertext Transfer Protocol Server. We have given SSH also. It gives SSH also. Manual for SSH. Open SSH client remote login program. So you can see all these things. This is one method. And SSH space hyphen help. This is another method you can look for. Any command space hyphen help or hyphen h also sometimes works. Yeah, here it's working. Hyphen h or hyphen help. These are all the two commands you can look for the help. But you should know before seeking for the help, you should know what that command is for and what you are required to do with that command. If you want to read a little bit what that command is, you can read it here from the manual page, but still you should know before using the command that what you are going to perform with that. Okay, so you can type man and any command you can type, and then it should show you the manual page for that. So that's it for today. I can say that tomorrow we'll see how to go for how to create a user ID, group ID, and maybe several other things as well. Let me stop the recording.